Good evening, lovely people. Hope you're well. Welcome back to another Prem Panel Live show. As always, when we get behind the mic, please make sure that you subscribe, comment, and like. But most importantly, make sure you subscribe and support the other guys who contribute to this show on a Thursday night. I'm gonna be real. I've drawn the short straw this week. Matt was able to come on this show last week Thursday off the back of a Man United hammering, and I'm here off the back of a Bournemouth and Real Madrid humbling. George, Kaz, I know you're fine. George, how are you doing, bro?
I'm deserved the cooking, to be honest with you. I couldn't make last week's one because it was the day after my birthday and I was seeing family and stuff, but I'm fully expecting a roasting in chat from you guys. I deserve it. So
I mean, it could be worse, George. It could be worse. Bro.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You lot don't have. I'm gonna be.
Situation.
I was gonna come in here, yeah, and roast Liverpool in it. But there's no shame in going out to Real Madrid.
No, you're right. You're right, Kaz. But there's a way of going out, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but you only lost 1-0, man. I get it. They had loads of chances. Allison, what's it called?
Kaz.
You know what I mean? I don't know why I'm being nice.
I don't know why you are being nice.
It's because I'm
Especially
basically.
I mean, Jamie Carragher talking about Trent having to leave or like signing another right back for Liverpool.
Who said that, sir?
Crazy. Carragher on the Champions League show.
Yeah.
That's
mental.
the one.
I
couldn't make it last week only due to because I was where was I again?
Oh, date night, yeah.
No, I was running my own stream and then I had to jump on Troops' channel and everything. It was just annoying, to be fair.
Oh.
It's not even like my team was lost anyways. I jumped on your channel. I was there.
Did. You know what? Yeah. Do you know what? Hands up. You jumped on the day. To be fair, you kind of had no choice because me and Matt were belling on your phone.
Yeah, and when you lose, I can't hear you.
No, all jokes aside, I've got to be honest with you, dude. The actual reason I didn't answer was my missus' birthday. I literally took her out and the family were all out. So that's why I couldn't answer your call. So I genuinely had date night. Like, I weren't just saying it for the sake of it. But look, I've got to start with Liverpool, unfortunately, guys. The Arsenal game still hasn't finished yet. We'll speak about Man United and Europa League shortly, and the England squad and players who have been left out. We've got to start with Liverpool. I need to hear it from rival fans and people who may not be looking at it like me, Matt, and Drift do with roasting glasses. We're in my opinion, a crisis. Now, when football fans hear crisis, the first thing they'll do is turn around and say, well, you're not in a relegation battle, this, that, and the other. But each team has a different crisis depending on where they are and where they're coming from. Liverpool right now, in my opinion, are in a crisis because of what we expected. I came out last night after the game, admittedly hot-headed and not in the best of moods. And I said, barring Alisson, Kanate, and Luis Diaz, I would listen to offers for all the other players. Not saying I'd actively go out and sell them, but I would listen to offers. George, I'll start with you. No shade here, not throwing shots. You're used to seeing your team have an expectation and underachieve that. When you look at this Liverpool team, what do you think is the reason or the reasons why we are in this situation?
Look, I think I've said this before on a stream, and I not necessarily cooked, but I know a lot of Liverpool fans were like, "Oh, we're nothing like Spurs, nothing like Spurs." Yes, you've won a lot more things than we have, but you've got to understand, you guys, in terms of what your ownership are like, sometimes how you do recruitment and this, that, and the other, it's very, very similar to Spurs. Now, you obviously just happen to have an incredible manager with an incredible squad that were able to have create this amazing team that managed to win the Champions League and Premier League, which we did not. I totally understand that. But that was also because you were able to sell Coutinho for a lot of money to then being able to bring in world-class Van Dijk, world-class Alisson for a lot of money, which we haven't done because we didn't sell someone like Kane, for example.
Yeah.
But I do think we're very similar in the sense of very stingy owners. Some recruiting not been great. And then again, it's the fact that we just can't really necessarily match the spending of the likes of City, of Liverpool. Man U. Even Arsenal have spent 350 mil, was it, since Arteta's taken charge? And I think it's just
wait, you see Arsenal?
Yeah.
No. It's in the 400s.
Okay, 400. Even then, that proves my point even more.
Oh yes, because we signed in January, didn't they?
Yeah, so it's like when I say I see parallels with Liverpool and Spurs, I'm talking about Spurs towards the end of the Poch era, because where I think it's similar, it's sort of like we've brought in Poch. He had a crap team to start with, which is fairly similar to Klopp, and he's managed to build a really, really good team. Obviously, yours are just better than ours.
Yeah.
Build a really good team to a good point, and across about a 6 year span has worked really well, which was the same for us. We got to the same Champions League final you did. You were just better than us. But the problem is, and it's sort of similar to you guys now with this team, the team then starts aging. For us, it was Vertonghen, Alderweireld. They just weren't like as amazing as they were just getting old. A lot of players were just getting old, and we weren't refreshing the team. We had a year and a half where we didn't sign a single player in any transfer window, which is just unheard of.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And for me, what it feels like is you guys have managed to build this really good team, but you haven't been able to bring in new players often enough that can challenge that first team. And you're sort of seeing that now with your midfield. Your midfield is clearly aging to the point where to sort of freshen up a bit, you have to use really young players in Carvalho, Elliott, now Pachetic, is that how you pronounce it? Yeah. But then
today now injured for the rest of the season.
Exactly. And I don't think they're at the level that like your Hendersons were, Fabinho was, like Thiago is, like sort of thing. Like, do you know what I mean? So I think it's a very similar case where you guys just haven't refreshed the team enough and brought in good enough players to be able to stay at that top level. And now you're seeing Trent's obviously getting exposed a little bit more in his defending and et cetera, et cetera. So, yeah, man, I think you just needed a lot more investment throughout those sort of 5-6 years just to keep the team refreshed, new player in, keep going. And yeah, I think it might be just a bit too late with the window you had recently with Nunes and co.
Fair dues. Cass, your thoughts?
No, it's a mixture of everything. It's not just the owners. They're the same owners that got them every single trophy available to offer. So it's not just the owners. I think it's a mixture of everything. Klopp, not Linders, I don't think. I don't want to hear that shit. I never known number 2 that fucks up someone's season. It's Klopp, the players, and the owners. They all deserve everything they like thrown at them currently. The players are not up to their standards. Yeah, like it's clear to show that they still have ability. The fact that it's the fans too, you know, picking sides, genders, players, this, that, and the other. It don't help the situation. I know this. The owners should be investing more into Liverpool, but at the same time, you did spend your 80 million, whatever, on Nunes. You did spend the 50 million on Gakpo, whatever. I don't care about installments. You still spent. I think they spent wrong, because I think with Klopp, the way I look at it, Klopp only wants his number ones. He doesn't want number 2s and 3s. He says, you know what, my team's good enough. He's been stubborn. Do you know what I mean? He's stubborn in terms of, like, from what I see from press conferences, we've got the best this in the world, best that in the world. You just told the owners you don't need shit. Do you get what I mean? You just told your own owners we're good enough. We can keep going. You gave Milner a new contract. You know, that's down to the manager. He should have been moved on years ago. Henderson, I like Hendo, if I'm being honest. Like, I think he's good material to be around the dressing room regardless. He shouldn't be starting as many of those games. Before you got Nunes, maybe, just maybe, I'm not saying Mane was the solution, but up front, Mane was beautiful, but he wasn't there. He left, cool, go get a different striker. There's different markets. Nunes was never there. I just thought, why don't you go get another Firmino type player? Why are you trying to change the way things are? The false 9 was helping the midfield, because the midfield has never been anything creatively great, like 10 out of 10 stardom. You never needed that. The midfield needed a replacement time ago. I said it ages ago in here, right? So we're talking about Wijnaldum not getting replaced. You got Thiago, a different type of profile, decent profile, but there's more. There's options out there. Just sometimes you need to throw your number 2s in there with your number 1s, and then it will come along. I just think you just set yourself up for disaster. And then the FSG, especially when they say we want investment into the club, this, that, and the other, we're not selling no more. You just sold the fans a dream. You know what I mean? Like, it's in the pipeline now. They're going to be pissed off at you. When Liverpool fans want to boycott, they will boycott. They've done it before. They'll do it again. But the only issue is now you build up a different fan base. It's a bit like Old Trafford. It don't matter if all the top Reds, the Reds from London, the Reds from all over the UK, if you empty the stadium, people from the outside will come and they will take those seats and it will fill up. Yeah. And that's the issue with Tottenham now. Don't matter if you boycott. You have got fans from other places 100%. In the world. A brand new stadium. It's the latest toy out at the moment in football. You know what I mean? So that's
our game after Milan ended up being a sellout, even though loads of people saying they were selling their tickets.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, like you said, like tourists or whoever just buy them anyway, so it doesn't matter.
But Liverpool's shown this season that they still got ability. They haven't vanished. The only one that's probably been on massive decline which is the odd one, which is obviously Fabinho. Van Dijk is never going to be the same after that injury, unfortunately, not because of his, probably due to his age as well, a little bit. Takes longer to recover. You need muscle relaxers these days when you get over 30. But he's still a top draw player. He's still a top draw defender. You know what I mean? There's no denying it. Konate's a beast. He's staying fit. Joe Gomez probably needs to move on. I think he needs a new challenge for himself. I think Robbo's coming to the time where I don't even think Robbo, but he's not an area you need to focus on. It's going to come down to one thing only, and I've said it about Man United since Morgan Schneiderlin and Schweinsteiger as a double pivot. 2014-15 settings. It's your midfield. It is your midfield. You can go get your Conrad Limers. You can go get Mateus Nunes. You could have had Polina and Nunes, who's linked to 15 million, 30 million, 35. That would sort out a lot of problems. That was sort. And now you could have got Sofian Amrabat in January. You didn't need a Cody Gakpo in January. I don't think so. He hasn't really done much. Let's face it. He scored you 4 goals this year. He ain't really done much in performances. Go get something that will solve where your attackers could thrive off, which is, I thought, Sofian Amrabat. Especially after that World Cup, 30 million, solved the DM situation, bit of a driver, can keep the ball to feet, and then use an extra little bit. It's just, I don't know what the plan is with Liverpool. I think it comes down to one last thing, if I am talking a little bit of shit, because you know your club more than me, it's probably the director of football situation, people leaving their roles left, right, and center. Now, that just doesn't spark harmony around a football club. And when that doesn't spark harmony, it doesn't spark harmony into the fans, and then it all becomes a split. Then now you've got Klopp outs, Klopp ins, Pep Linders in, out, FSG, top reds. I like this player, I don't like that player. It just sounds just like Man United of last year. That's the way it is. And now Tottenham are starting to come back into that phase again. Now Tottenham fans are sounding like Liverpool fans. Levy in, Levy out. I like this player, I don't like that player.
Listen, we've been like that for a long time.
Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Conte in and out, it's the same thing all over again. But football works in circles. You probably do your spiral. It's easy to say Liverpool are easily at the top 6 clubs, the most transitional club going at the moment, and it'll probably take a long time. And a Jude Bellingham is not going to solve that. He's not going to solve that. I'm sorry. Go get some other players before Jude Bellingham. You might miss because of this season. You have to blame your manager and everything. Why you might not get a Jude Bellingham this season. You might want Champions League football. You might want Pep. You might go to Real Madrid. Hell no. Like new Qatari owners might say, "Fuck it, go spend 150 million on Bellingham. Go get me that guy instead." Like that might be the key player, and that's because of your season this season. And to be honest, that's where it comes down on Klopp a bit more. Like I didn't like it, but when you went to that 4-4-2, Salah up front, put Nunes next to him a little bit, let him run onto the odd balls. Salah can come deep and do whatever he does. Why did you change from that? I don't know.
It does feel like it's similar to City, where you're like you've got this new type of striker now, and you're just trying to work out how to use them properly, and which has sort of hindered Salah this season as well. Obviously, I know if you look at overall the picture, he seems to be getting goals, but in the league itself, and you can just tell by his performances from the start of the season, just not have been anywhere near his level. And I think that's partly your readjustment, especially of losing Mane, because I think that's a huge miss for you guys, because you wouldn't have, I don't think you would have even been in the Champions League without him, because since the African Cup of Nations last year, Salah was non-existent in the second half of the season, and it was Mane was the one that picked up the pieces. And then obviously since you lost him in the summer, there's been no one else there really to pick up the rest. Do you see what I mean? So that's why I feel like it's a bit, you're still trying to work out how to use those forwards.
I think Salah's new position, if you're going to have your Diaz's and your Nunez's on the wings, I think next season move Salah into striker, man. He looks way more dangerous when he's got a long ball going over the top or even ball to feet. You know, his hold-up play is very imbalanced, is sick still. It just might be a thing where if you want to tactical tweak it and you're not going to put them close to a striker that can link up play, clearly Salah doing touchline winger stuff is not Salah's game. He's an inside forward, not an inside winger. He's not a winger. He's not a wide playmaker. He can do that, though. Like, you want to use him to his strengths, no?
I'm not going to lie, boys.
You'll make continue.
Carl, can I ask you something? Do you think, because I just see it, all right, because it's a typical like Twitter take, but I'm interested to see what you think. Do you think Trent should be put into midfield?
No.
On a 3-man midfield?
Do you know what, George?
Who's going right back?
No, it's let's say in the summer they sign another right back. I'm just saying, would you think that's like his like next evolution, or do you think it's just he needs to work on his game as a right back still?
It can work, but you need a Pep.
I'll be honest, I think he needs to work on his game as a right back. I'm glad you mentioned. I'm going to get back to your points. By the way, boys, I've got to be real with you, yeah? I'm saying this like as a Liverpool content creator. You guys have, and I'm not even trying to bash other channels because this is aimed at me, Matt and Drift as well. You guys have spoken a lot of facts and broken it down absolutely brilliantly about Liverpool in the last 15 minutes that a lot of us Liverpool fans, whether it be this channel, other channels, couldn't do. And maybe that's a damning indictment on us, or maybe we're just a bit too close to the club and a bit too emotional. But everything you guys have said is there, and it's a glaring deficiency. And if you guys are able to see it as rival fans, rival managers are able to see that as well. So that is the first thing. On your question, George, shall I tell you what it is with Trent? Trent is probably the most frustrating player at the club at the moment, because I know Trent can defend. I'm not saying he's a world-class defender, but you see when Trent wants to defend, he's very good. And it frustrates me because for me, it's an attitude issue when you're not defending well a lot of the time. Not because you haven't got the capabilities. Look, Vinicius Jr. last night, he could have done that to most right backs in world football. It just is what it is.
Not
but when I'm seeing that happen against Brentford, when I'm seeing that happen against Nottingham Forest, I'm seeing Dwight McNeil do this to Trent. That to me is an attitude issue, because are you thinking to yourself, because I'm contributing so much to the other end of the pitch, I can be slapdash here. So for me, you can be and should be the best right back in the world. I'm not saying you're the best defender, but attacking wise, when you're on game, you're the best right back.
Do you know why it can work though? Joshua Kimmich, I'll give you that example. There's not much difference between Trent Alexander-Arnold and Kimmich. It's that Kimmich, I think, is a little bit more.
Lam as well.
The only way I'm going to say is Kimmich is I think he's way more agile, which allows him to do that. But he plays in DM.
I think he's more physical, isn't he?
Klopp isn't a technician. Klopp isn't a technician. Let's get this one thing straight. He's not a technician, so Trent would never work out. If you're telling me you're going to give Trent to a Pep Guardiola, dare I say even Eric Ten Hag, like a more of a tactical mind, then it can work and the system will work for him. But it's not. See, Trent is so good that the fact that you're thinking of your fullback being the go-to guy is ridiculous in itself. You should not be relying on your fullbacks as your go-to goats of your team. Exactly. Do you know what I mean? That should just be, that's a position that is what you think about later. Not you think about your spine first. Your goalkeeper, centre back, DM, centre mid, striker. That's your spine. The spine is not there. You can't focus on Trent's deficiencies in his game. You got to use his strengths. What can you do to hide those deficiencies? And currently, without a current midfield that can cover, you can't hide those deficiencies, and it will get exposed.
This is what I'm saying.
Next season, Trent will be going down. There'll be conversations, and I know facts it will be. He's young still. Remember this. He's at 24. We'll be talking about how sick he is again, and not how shit he is. Because if we want to talk about how bad defending is, it's so scapegoated. We can go talk about every single player at Liverpool currently this season. Every single one. It's not Trent that's so bad at defending. Nah. Robertson, shit at defending, bro, this season. Shimikas can't defend for shit, can go forward. Nah. Van Dijk is not the same. No, because he gets rings around. But why isn't the... No, Van Dijk's been... Usually, why is he's not going to cover? Van Dijk's on the left. On the right, Konate should be doing a lot better covering him if you want to play the style of football.
This is the problem. Konate is having to cover Trent so much that he's leaving space in the middle. I'm going to go back to someone you had, Cass. Pogba. What did everyone always say? No, but everyone said about Pogba, if you put the right players around him, he's world class, right?
Yeah, in a way.
That was the general consensus. What I'm hearing at the moment from Liverpool fans is, once you get a good midfielder who can cover for Trent, then he's going to cook again. I'm not being funny. If you're that guy, if you're sick, you shouldn't need to be babysat at the age of 24. You should need your right centre back to bail you out of trouble every single time, and you shouldn't need your right centre midfielder to be covering you every single time you're going forward. You've got a job to do in the team. You've got to do your job. It's the same thing with Pogba. Every time Pogba had a good game or had a bad game, it would be like, yeah, but if you had a sick DM next to Pogba, you'd be able to cook. If you had Kante next to Pogba, you'd be able to cook. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, but not every team's gonna have a Kante.
Do you know what?
Yeah, that's what we call luxury.
I do think that midfield situation is not helping him as well, because the problem is, right, you're 100% right in the sense that he shouldn't, at his age or whatever, he shouldn't have to be covered in this, that, and the other. But that's down to tactics, realistically. If you want to get the best out of Trent, which is obviously his attacking ability, if you want to do that in a 4 at the back system, you're going to have a centre mid that's going to be able to cover him, because you're going to want to get him as forward as possible. You're going to want to get the crosses in as much as possible. And realistically, unless he's got an engine of a Tesla rocket, he is not going to be able to get up there, get back, defend, and this, that, and the other. So he's going to need to have a midfielder that's going to be able to cover him in that sort of system. And because of your age of midfield and it not working out this year for them, I think that's been a huge problem for him. obviously in terms of his individual ability, is that he needs to improve his defending. But at the end of the day, if you know that his best trait is about getting forward and getting crosses in and whatnot, you need to have the midfields to cover, and that's down to the tactics.
That is down to the manager.
But here's the thing, guys.
You could
the
go on.
The midfield's been bad, but can we sit here and say that Robbo gets exposed game in, game out? Because he doesn't.
He's been poor. I can't lie. I think even in your quadruple, Robertson was on a decline in terms of his game being up here. Just as the months were going, like Salah was just dropping a little bit more, and now he don't look like he's as athletic as he once was. I'm sorry to say it, but I think even Liverpool fans can agree. This is Robertson level. I'm not saying he's shit. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know you're not. Yeah.
So for me, I feel like you guys should have went with. See, this season, if I was Klopp, I wouldn't think of 4-4-2. I'd be thinking of a 3-4-3. How can I use Robbo and probably Trent to their best abilities? Maybe Robbo goes left centre back. There's a bit of cover there, a bit of pace. Van Dijk, Konate out wide. Joe Gomez as a free centre back is actually good. He does play right back sometimes. Systems like that. Trent can go up and have a bit more of a free role. Get Salah and get Jota maybe more on the inside next to Nunez.
Oh, three at the back.
And then in the middle, I'm pretty sure if you keep it tight knit, which a 3-4-3 would be, you can use your Thiago and just have some legs. Just legs there next to someone that's a bit more defensive. So for me, who have you got? Keita could work in that 3-4-3 very well next to somebody. You don't have to be massively talented there. You just need legs. Just get it to your front players and your wide players and get it going. Nunez is good in the air, uses ability. Do you get what I mean? I think there's tactics there that can be implemented.
If you compare it to like the Chelsea, okay, it's maybe a bit of a stretch, for example, because of Kante. But like if you look at Chelsea's 3-4-3 with Conte, obviously Kante was a great player regardless. But the whole point of it is that he was an engine in centre mid. He would be all over the pitch, which is why the two in the middle could work in the 3-4-3 for him, which is sort of what you guys would need if you were to sort of opt for that. Like a 3-4-3 with your current midfielders, I don't think would necessarily work. You still have to go out there and get the better midfielders anyway. But it could improve the rest of your defenders. Yeah.
I was going to say one last point on it. Really, I think it's just gone from my head. Just a touch because Arsenal nearly scored, dickheads. Yeah. I'm hearing good save. I'm like, who made the good save? Who made the good save?
I'm gonna break down a few things you guys said.
Cool.
Getting Nunez in the summer again. I'll be the first to say I wasn't really on board with the Nunez signing, but I understood and was like, cool, we're going in a different direction now. We're going to go for a traditional 9 as opposed to a false 9. That's why when we got Gakpo, I was thinking, okay, Gakpo's going to do up left wing. Nunez and Jota are going to be our strikers. Diaz comes back, he'll compete with Gakpo. Now I'm seeing Gakpo in the false 9. It makes me think, okay, so we've had a false 9 in Bobby. You are getting rid of Bobby to bring in another false 9. So you're not walking away from the false 9, but you brought in a traditional striker when we already had a traditional striker in Jota as well. To me, that makes little sense, especially when Nkunku was available in the summer.
Oh, that was the perfect Firmino replacement, by the way.
That's what I'm saying.
How much is it? They're going to 60 million, 55 million. Stupid.
Yeah, exactly. Mental, VVD. The problem for me is VVD. He's been overplayed. He got injured, a very bad injury. He came back. As soon as he was back, he played virtually every game, to the point where Klopp's even saying he's playing too much games, but Klopp's still playing him. Fabinho has just fallen off a cliff. Up until this season, in my opinion, he was the best DM in world football. You could argue others, but he was at least top 2, top 3, in my opinion. This season, he's not even been top 2, top 3 at Liverpool. The midfield as a whole is just crap. And I'm so glad you mentioned about Bellingham. You see, if we had signed Bellingham a couple years ago or when everything's going great, that's the perfect signing. That's the cherry on the cake. You see, if we go and sign Bellingham now and spend all of our money on Bellingham, we're going to be in a worse situation next season than we are
unless you invest with Bellingham.
It won't happen, though. It genuinely won't happen. To the point now where I'm like, if we miss out on Bellingham, it might actually be a blessing in disguise. Because, it's going to hurt losing out on a generational talent. But the money we would have spent on Bellingham, you can get 3 players with that money. 3 players who are going to be an improvement on what we have right now. And that, for me, is more important than going out and getting 1 player. But can't spend all evening speaking about Liverpool because I don't want to start drinking bleach. So
we need a host tonight.
Well, let me add to it. You've got Man City next, then you've got Chelsea, then you've got Arsenal, and then you've got Leeds away. Good luck.
And then in April. That's 3 points.
It's mad. Like I genuinely, I'll be honest, sitting here right now, maybe I'm being reactionary based off the last couple of games. I don't see us getting more than
You
a
need three
point
midf- You
in
need
those-
three. You need three
no games.
midfielders badly, man.
Mm.
You need it
I
badly.
agree.
Not a Bellingham. You need three midfielders. Go back to your system before. Then that might save Klopp's job. Look, the pressing system is not out of fashion. It's just I just don't know. Can you trust the talent ID of Klopp from these recent signings? Can your attack's never going to thrive unless your midfield thrives? It's like this. How I know about this is because Man United, Pogba was luxury signing in the end because you didn't build around him. You just you didn't get the correct players. Right now, if you get Bellingham for me and you just get Bellingham and a centre back or whatever, then that's just a luxury signing at the end of the day. And you're going to be complaining the exact same things. And you can just spend a bunch of money when you could have spread it out and go get something else. So it's up to you guys, man. Pelinia's right there. Again.
We ain't going to get him, though, because he's going to
I was
be a
going to
lot
say,
of money.
I was going to say Ugarte, but he just got sent off against Arsenal. So
Yeah,
No,
I've seen
Ugarte
it in the
is
comments.
seriously sick.
I love him.
Bruv,
I want him next to Bentancur, but it ain't gonna happen.
Bruv, Ugarte, Kone, and at this point, I'll even take a Tillemans.
You mean Kouadio Kone?
Yes, bro.
Come on. Who's been telling you about this? I've been on this since last season.
I've been talking about him since last season as well.
He is some serious. I'm telling you now, that guy is Musa Dembele 2.0.
Yeah, he's a true.
Don't man, I miss him.
Yeah,
Don't mention his
yeah.
name.
No, I'm not joking. This guy is.
Oh.
I just don't. You just can't get the ball off the guy.
He's the truth, man.
Yeah,
You see, though, if we were to sign those three as our midfielders in the summer, I'm good, you know.
Is he the Mönchengladbach player?
Yeah, that's the one that sent him in French.
I know. I thought what manager say. What a geezer!
Wait, is he French? Wait, is he French or did he end up playing for Ivory Coast?
Yeah,
oh, he's French. I'm pretty
no,
sure.
he's French. He's French.
Yeah. Someone mentioned Thuram in the thing. I'll take him. This just because someone mentioned him.
Yeah, he's French.
He's
Yeah.
And he's free agent in the summer.
So good, man. So good. Turning 22.
There is genuine midfield talent out there. It's just
100%.
Even Enzo Lafite out there now. There's so many. The Ugarte. Sporting's always got good players. To be fair,
I'm telling you, man. I want Sporting's team. Sporting got
they're
some
revolving door.
Who's the centre back? Diamande.
Gonzalo Inacio.
Gonzalo
Inacio, left-footed.
Isn't he the?
Yeah, he's one of them.
Which one are you talking about? Marita, the centre mid, Japanese.
It's Mane Diamande. He is.
There's another one. There's the guy that's also the French league, and Deco as well, going on a free. There you go, left.
Yes. Oh, okay. If you saw my Spurs signings,
no, I don't like
stuff,
Spurs. Sorry.
Listen. If you saw, he was one of the top of my list. him and Hinsapi from.
Try to get this. One sec.
I don't know if I pronounced his name right. Hinkapi, something like that.
That's what I mean, though. But let's move on to the England squad, guys. Got announced today, so I'm going to bring up on the screen for.
Yeah, I've got a couple questions about this. I can't lie.
So you guys, can you see that? Yeah, I made that.
This is the whole Southgate. I don't have favorites. I pick on form. That kind of bullshit. But then you see Calvin Phillips in the squad.
Yeah.
So what?
Mason Mount in the squad. Wow.
I'm gonna read this out for anyone who's not able to see it. Jordan Pickford, Nick Pope, and Aaron Ramsdale are the goalkeepers. I don't think anyone's got an issue with that.
No,
right?
That's spot on. That should be right.
Pickford. Who else in English?
No, we know what Pickford is. He's Gareth Southgate's child.
Pickford for England is actually a very, very good goalkeeper.
Ramsdale is better than him in every angle.
Yeah, of course he is. We all know this. But for England, Pickford turns into prime Casillas, it seems.
Yeah, he does. So, you know what? You're right. He does. Southgate.
So I get it. Defenders: Chilwell, Dyer, Mark Gay, Reece James, Harry Maguire, Luke Shaw, John Stones, Trippier, and Kyle Walker.
How is Harry Maguire even in there?
Why doesn't he even get into the Man United team yet? He's still getting.
That is Harry Maguire being there is wild.
Dyer shouldn't be. If it's going off again, if he's doing his whole, it should be off merit. Then Eric Dyer shouldn't be there either.
That as well, yeah.
Because I actually think Dyer deserved the call up last time when it was announced because in the build up to that, he actually was very good for us. Since then, he's been woeful.
English centre backs. When you think of English centre backs recently,
I was speaking to my mate about it because there aren't the amount of
you play back three, but sometimes select
again, Tomori, and again, which is ridiculous.
It makes no sense to me. Midfield for me is even more confusing. You got Bellingham, obviously. You got Conor Gallagher, Henderson, Maddison, Mount, Phillips, and Rice.
That is a shambles.
Ben White's not even in there.
That's a shout. So what is going on with Ben White?
He just don't like
because I know
He doesn't
Is
love
there
football. I
something?
think that's why. I think he doesn't.
He's not
choose him
interested. I
because
just don't think he's interested.
he's done so many interviews where he said, "I don't care about football. I just so happen to be good at it. It's my job." And I
Oh, is that what
think,
he says?
He's
yeah, I think
Benoit Esso Eketo all over again, isn't it?
I think Southgate just doesn't rate that at all. So he just doesn't pick him.
How Conor Gallagher, Mason Mount. I can understand Calvin
How?
Phillips because the lack of DMs that we do have natural
But
ones
when you've
in
got
the
Rice, who's
country.
a quality one anyway, like you shouldn't really need to call up
Yeah,
Phillips
no,
and waste a
yeah,
spot.
right.
Like Ward Prowse deserves to get in ahead of half of those anyway.
I don't even
Like
think Rice is a thing anyway.
as
Let me
bad as
ask you guys
Southampton
really
are,
quick, just off topic, really quick. Don't have to spend long on this.
Skip
George,
should
I'll
be
start
there.
with you. Do you rate Declan
Yeah.
Rice?
I do rate Declan Rice. I think he's a quality player. I think West Ham in general are just terrible this year, but I still think he's a quality
Yeah.
player. Genuinely still think he's a quality player.
What about yourself, Cass?
No, I think he's a good player. Definitely overhyped. Definitely overpriced. English tax, I can understand it. It's just the way of the
Overpriced,
game.
I agree.
See I don't think he's ever going to be a world class player. I reckon he can just be a very good player for a top team. That's it. A very useful player at that.
Okay, so
Because
I rate him Rice highly. Like
I don't know.
I
Man.
rate him super high. Like I want him at Liverpool tomorrow.
You could do
like
with a Rice,
Rice-
to be fair.
You put Rice into a
Rice,
pressing
Kone.
team. He can't press. Let's put that for sure.
No,
he
he
can't press
can, you
properly.
know.
No, he can't, man. I've seen
He
him press. His
can,
press is
bro.
bad, man. His positional game needs to improve as well. But
No,
he can.
Bro,
His
his positional
positional.
game's on point.
No. Depends where now. Because now I'm going to ask you a question. Is he a centre mid box to box or a natural DM?
For me, he's more of a natural DM, but he can play box to box.
But he can't do natural DM by himself.
No, he
He
can.
needs a partner. He needs a
No, I
partner.
don't think he does, bro. You see, shall I tell you what for Fabinho? Fabinho at his best wasn't a guy that used to go around tackling people. He wasn't a Kante type. Fabinho
he was
used
a
to
right
shut
back.
down. He used to shut down passing avenues. His interceptions is what made Fabinho, because that's how we were built in the clock team. It wasn't about running around tackling a player. It was about cut off the passing angles, get the ball. So when you receive the ball, you're already in a state of I can attack straight away, as opposed to tackle, having to pass back and start again. Whereas that's Declan Rice's game.
Declan Rice his awareness ain't all that great, if I'm being honest. When it comes to getting pressed, he's very, very suspect, which annoys me because it reminds me of Bruno. Very good player, don't get me wrong. Bruno's very good. Of course, they're different players, but when it comes to self-awareness and taking long and about to get tackled, you're suspect to that. So you need particular players around him.
He's very Marmite. He's very Marmite. Look, I'm not going to sit here and be like he's world class or he's close to being world class. I don't know. There's something I see in Declan that he's my type of player. Like if I was to sign a DM and I could, it would be Declan. And I'd want to my dream for the summer would have been Rice, Kone, and someone else like Ugarte maybe. Like give me those three in midfield and I'm good. Like I might even say FSG and put it in a t-shirt. Like so, but yeah, all right. Let's go into the attackers. Foden, Grealish, Kane, Rashford, Saka, and Tony. I actually think the attackers. I don't think they put a foot wrong. No,
yeah, but why? Okay, why is Tony there though?
And Tony's wicked.
No, I know. The whole point. No, the whole
Tony,
point is he didn't get into the England squad last time because of for the World Cup because of the whole betting stuff.
Is this like Is this qualifier?
Yeah.
It's less. Yeah. For me, Tony's. If you're going to take away Kane, who are you putting up front? That's my next part. Anyway.
In terms of the player, 1000% I agree. But what I more mean is like the fact that his hearing is in April, yet they're taking him in this team when we might not even be able to use him for the next year or two, when Watkins is on the form of his life at the moment for Villa. He scored 6 and 7 in the last 6 or 7 games.
Someone's updating me.
Is the price Sterling's not in there, guys?
No, he's been garbage.
But he's also been out for a while, right? Or for a few games.
I mean,
I would rather Marcus Rashford not play. I'd rather him say that. I'd rather him say tonight, I'm injured, I can't do this.
Yeah, but if he left Rashford out, the whole country'd be on his back.
It don't matter. I hope he stays on the bench. Just stick with your typical Foden on the left, Saka and Kane. There you go. Just leave him alone.
I mean, arguably, a front three of Saka, Kane, and Rashford on the left is probably one of the most informed front threes as well.
that would be unreal.
Southgate tax will have him playing dead ball, man.
If Rashford can channel his inner runs like Son does for Kane, then it's a wrap for any team coming up against that attack.
Yeah, like it'd be crazy.
might be the future. Crazy. Rashford might be able to see. Oh, this is what's going to be at Man United next season. Maybe.
I'll take Rashford on free.
Let me ask you guys a question. Do you if you could make 3 changes to this squad, who would it be, and who would you swap in?
3 changes. 100% Tomori needs to be in there for one of Dyer or Maguire. 1000%.
I would like to think. Actually, no. I'll tell a lie. Never mind. That is the midfield for me that needs to change.
I'm trying to think of midfielders. Ward-Prowse as an individual is a great player, especially if you need a set piece taker. But obviously Southampton been crap this year.
In Mason Mount should not be in there. Conor Gallagher should not be in there. In terms of English centre mids that I can kind of think of off the bat,
I think Skip. Genuinely think Skip should be in there. I think he's been class for. He's not going to start for England, but I think he should be in the squad. He's been great.
He's not a fashionable name, though.
That's the problem. He's so vanilla. He's such a vanilla player.
I'm trying to think.
I think people are genuinely underestimating him. I think he's a class.
Give me some English centre mids out there, even
I know,
a little bit lower. It's all right, man. Like, I can't think of one. This is awful, man. We're garbage.
I think there's a shortage of English centre midfielders at the moment.
There has been, man. This is why we got so gassed over Jack Wilshere.
No, back then you actually had ballers back then. Ward-Prowse, maybe he's the only one. Maybe
I think Ward-Prowse deserves to be in there ahead of the likes of Gallagher. I think he deserves to be there.
No, he don't. Southampton are garbage, man.
No, but he's still the only one that's banging in goals for them.
He's been keeping them going.
They're just crap. And
the free kick doesn't mean that you've had a good performance.
No, but the amount that he can create, bearing in mind how he actually plays now, is quite...
I was going to say maybe Callum Wilson, but he hasn't really been on form lately.
Sporting, they're leading. Keep going.
Are they leading?
Let me ask you
guys. 4-3. But
would either of you take James Ward-Prowse at your clubs?
I would have done before 100%. I think I still would.
Not. I'm no chance.
I do. Well, we're crying out for a set piece taker anyway. Although we might have it in Pedro Porro. He looks quite good.
Yeah,
I don't know who. I'm trying to have a little butch who could potentially be in there. I think recently, Solanke's been quite wicked.
He's a forward, though. He's not going to get in the head.
Yeah, I know, but I think he's been wicked. He could definitely. There's one. I think actually is Nathan.
Oh, Martinelli missed penalty. Come on!
Yes.
Hold on.
Yes!
If Sporting score their next one, it's done. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, because it's the 5th one. Oh, please! Sorry, we have to. Please,
Lee, I'm seeing you in the chat.
Martinelli. Oh,
anyhow.
I like that shout. I think Joe Willock deserves a good shout over Gallagher.
You say that. I don't think he doesn't actually start for Newcastle.
Yeah, but he comes off and he is quite impactful. He's an impact player. What is Conor Gallagher about? I heard the save from Martinelli. I'm so behind. I know.
Yes.
I'm gonna roast Troops. I'm gonna roast him.
Yes.
Months, you know what time it is. You know what time it is.
Oh, that is good.
Europa League.
You know what though? What I will say, I'm not meaning to be a killjoy. Them going out Europa actually gives them a better chance of winning the league.
I don't care. You know why I'm going to say? You know why I'm going to say no? Because you know when you're only doing one game a week and you lose potentially, you got to wait till the next week. And if a player doesn't get his start or a bit of football, it can cause issues. This is why I say this one game a week is a myth. It keeps the squad sharp. You don't have to play your best players, but it goes to show your second string team ain't that great. Sporting, by the way, plays some absolutely amazing football. And if Tottenham don't go get Ruben Amorim or Liverpool in the summer, in case Klopp does go,
do you know what?
It's such a potential manager that will change everything.
Because a lot of Spurs fans very recently have been talking about that, to be fair, about their manager. Because obviously he plays the exact same system as Conte in terms of the positions. He plays the 3-4-3, but he does it in a lot more attacking way than Conte does. And it makes no sense for us, even though a lot of fans don't rate it. I think they don't rate it because it's boring currently under Conte. We signed Pedro Porro as a right wing back, and he is because his attacking stats are nuts and his defensive not so great. We have Destiny Udogie coming in next year, a left wing back, smashing it again in Syria. It makes no sense to then switch to a 4 at the back. I think we just need a better way of playing with it. So their manager could be a potential shout.
Guys, In the title, I said Europa League. Arsenal just gone out. I fully expect them to go through tonight. They've just gone out. Cass, I know we drew you in.
And we're
in one of
winning
the-
Europa League 100%.
Oh
Is that what you wanna
wow!
ask? I've been saying it. I've been saying it.
I
I've been
didn't-
saying it. I mean,
I
this
didn't
is
have
ours.
to
I
team up.
think this is ours or Mourinho's to lose.
Oh, is Roma still in it?
Yeah, they
Oh, wait,
won.
yeah, they won.
Yeah,
Like,
Give me
honestly,
a Roma Man United final.
That
Give me a
would- that
Mourinho
would be
winning
awesome.
final.
you know what it is? You know when you can't think of stuff that are just written in the stars? It's like Company going into a quarterfinal with Pep Guardiola right now in the FA Cup, right? Jose Mourinho back at United in the final is just written in the stars. Lee ain't coming on. Lee don't jump on when his team loses. I'm just telling you that, guys, for
He
free.
ain't. He won't.
For free, he's
Oh!
not coming.
You say that. You say that.
Oh, is he coming?
Hella fun. Here's me thinking I was gonna get cooked today. I'm going in the fridge. You lot just season me. I'm marinated now. Someone else is going on the stove. This is a good super chat, by the way, by CFC Blue. Dan Burn or dunk over Maguire as well. Without any further ado, people. The oil is hot. The oven's on. Martinelli. What time's date night, bro? As Grizz Khan would say, football was a humbler. How you doing, bro? You've just made my week. You know that? I'm one of those fans now who thrives off the unhappiness of other fans. Lee, speak up, brother. What are we saying, Lee? Are you back to learning again
Can't
now?
stop the shine. Can't stop the shine.
Lee.
Man, I'm here so I don't get fined, man. I'm just here so I don't.
Yeah.
Lee, what are you saying? What's going on, bro?
Yeah, man. It's one of those things, man.
Oh, hi there. What happened? Did you just get knocked out on penalties?
Oh man! At least Saka scored this time, right?
Lee.
It is D-Day today.
Lee, you are mad quiet, bro. For the team that's top of the league, and you're mad quiet, bro. I found footage of Lee later on. Still. Lee, what's going on, Lee?
Hey, what's
Lee?
Moss doing in the shower, man?
Lee, what's going on, Lee? Lee, what happened tonight?
It's football, man. It's just football, man.
Surely, you should be getting to Europa semi-finals minimum.
You know what's the
Surely.
maddest thing? You know what the maddest thing is? They can't say, it's just Europa. You can't say that. You can't say that. But you know what? It's true. It's true now, though, isn't it? You can now do what you wanted to. You know when they say, should we rather focus on Europa League or the Premier League? You got your wish. You can now focus on the Premier League.
Been made for you.
Didn't they go down to a 10 men as well?
Was it for like a minute?
Yeah, 4.
Lee,
I can't believe that. I thought they were going to get hurt. They didn't even have no Coates. They didn't even have no Marita. Like, you know, Agate is a must signing. I can't lie. Put him next to Casemiro, please, in the summer. That guy's ball control is stupid. He's aggressive as well.
Am I right in saying did Saliba get injured tonight as well?
Did he?
Or is it precaution?
Yeah.
More precaution, but yeah.
It's crazy to think if Man City win the league, they've had the same season as Spurs. Oh, after all their best season ever.
Egan says, do you need a strepsil because you lost your voice, Lee?
Thank you for the super chat, man.
It wasn't even a super. It was just there.
Thank you for the comment.
Perfect. Oh no.
Humble Lee is my favorite Lee. I'm not gonna lie. This is my favorite version of Lee.
Any Crystal Palaces
Lee,
about?
Lee, how are you feeling right now, given that this is a competition? I think you were one of the favourites to win.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
You can.
There you go. There you go.
Even we finished on top of this sporting team. That's crazy.
Lee, what's the solution here?
I'm just here so I don't get fined, man.
Playing inshallah now, isn't it? Ramadan's coming up. Time to get your prayer on, G.
Listen, man. Easter coming. You know, it's all coming out.
Hey,
Do you think this will affect your league form?
He's lost the word.
This is literally a representation of me asking Lee questions and Lee answering right now.
True or false, you will fight again this year?
It's hard to put it. You must understand. My foot was a balloon. Do you know what I mean?
I'm just hearing bare mumbling, bro. What's Lee? I need some answers, bro. What? All right, let me ask you a question. Do you still feel comfortable and confident that you're going to win the league after this setback?
share it.
I've got nothing left.
Lee.
Listen, man, let's talk about the England team.
Hey, Europa,
We've covered that one. We've covered that one.
Europa Lee.
Let's talk about the England team, man. So, Arsenal done, man. Arsenal section done.
Oh.
We haven't even started the Arsenal section.
Now we have.
Animus, I'm seeing comments saying Martinelli, Europa Lee, humbly.
This is
What
good.
What did Arteta do wrong tonight?
Don't know, man. I think he probably spoke to Klopp. I don't know.
Oh, low blows. Okay. We got to the final of Europa, though, to be fair. They won the Champions League the next couple of years. I mean, what did Arteta do wrong tonight? Did he start the wrong team in the first leg? Did he start the wrong team tonight? Is Martinelli still the guy? I mean,
Listen, man.
Jesus is back.
I'm just here so I don't get fined, man.
Is this? I think this might be the first time Lee's come on when it's like his team's lost. Within the day, by the way, 24 hours. It's all right, Lee, man. You get used to it.
I know what Lee's thinking right now. He can't wait to play Liverpool and potentially beat us because this is gonna be the euphoria is gonna be crazy. But Lee, this has to be addressed.
It does. Lee, I literally put myself in super HD like just for this moment. Can you see the difference? You can actually see like where my cheeks are sensitive and where it's not in my face now. Like I'm waiting. Like I'm waiting for my
Kardashian's bad luck charm. Is that why?
Yeah, I see it. Even Lee, what doesn't the wife not want you either? It's supposed to be date night. She said, "Fuck that." You see that performance? Go fuck that performance and stick it right up your ass.
I should have been tuning in from the O2.
I big up Mrs. Lee though.
Lee, on a real, what happened, man? What happened tonight?
Mind's telling me no, but my body is telling me yes.
Do you think this will affect the rest of your season, Lee? Or do you think it'll galvanize? Because it goes one of two ways here. You either kick on and prove that this was a setback and we're going to use this as a catapult, or this is going to be we're a bit mentally fragile and this has broken us and we're now going to be exposed.
Boy.
Why's she going? But
Oh my god, we're not gonna get
Smelling
anything
too
out of this
much.
guy today, man. Shit. You know what it is, yeah,
I've just
Lee?
seen
I
the
could let.
super
All right,
chat.
you know what? On a real one, take some deep breaths, yeah, and just like think, just fuck it, and then just speak your shit. Just be like, what did you not like? All right, what did you not like today?
Yeah,
Did you
what
not
did
like the
you
lineup?
like?
And what was it about? Did you, cause in the first? Because I didn't watch it. The first 45 minutes, I heard Arsenal were cooking, and then obviously Jesus get changed, and then that was it. What did you not like?
Listen, man. We're out, man. We're out. So yeah, listen, do what you need to do, man. Listen, I'm trying to move on.
Whatever.
Said he's trying to move on. Lee, this is still fresh, bro.
That European heritage coming in clutch.
This is raw, bro. It's like getting fished out the sea. You know what I mean?
Even we've won a
fresh,
European
dude.
trophy. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. This cooking's halal, man.
It happens, man. It happens to the best of us. It happens to the best of the teams in Europe, man. It happens.
You know what it is? I'll tell you what it was. This is Eric Ten Hag masterclass.
Oh, the pressure from the press
pressure.
conference.
He done what he did. He smoked them. He said, and then Arteta was like, "You don't see me. I don't like this."
So let me ask you, Lee. I'm seeing people saying there was 2 injuries. So Saliba, who's the second injury?
The second injury was my head's gone.
Well, Ramsdale went down, right? But
No, Ramsdale was fine. It was no, Jesus just came off at half time. He came off. Oh yeah, no, yeah, it was Saliba. It was just Saliba that came off, and Tomiyasu as well.
Oh yeah, Tomiyasu.
Tomiyasu's not necessarily a
Did they
starter.
clash each other? They clash each other or something?
No.
Whoa,
Go on, up the
whoa.
Palace. Need a Zaha masterclass of the weekend. Send them on the rails.
Well, as things stand, it's only for Cass to hear Thursday nights are Europa nights.
I love that tune. Love that tune. Say it again. Remix it. I can't lie, but you have to talk about that goal though. Fucking hell.
was stunning.
Goal of the season. Can't even knock Ramsdale. Most keepers are getting lobbed by that if they're off their line.
It was actually perfect. Any shorter, he's saving it. Any further, it's going over.
Pedro Gonzalez.
Spot on.
Oh my god, man. That was special. That was grilled cheese.
Give me him as well. Give me
sandwich.
him and Ugarte. Go on then. Go on. Give him both.
You just got to just keep Marcus Edwards away from my club. That cereal bottle job, man. It's the second time now in 2 weeks. You can tell he's a Spurs player. Honestly.
Why do you think we didn't
Let's
activate
finish
our buyback clause?
I don't know what's worse. I'd rather lose 2-1 at full time than go and lose on penalties. That is more. That's like England Euros all over again. It's all right, Lee, man.
Lee, what did you make of the goal, Lee?
In your own backyard. Oh, I forgot they were home.
Wait.
This is my favorite. I've missed this Lee. I got this. This was the Lee I got last season. I've missed this Lee. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Yeah,
It
man.
feels good.
Yeah.
good.
Word to Maze, man. Welcome back.
So now Arsenal are out. Kaz, you're saying it's definitely yours, George.
Oh,
do you
100%.
reckon
We're getting to the final.
Kaz is right?
That's that.
Is
We're
it-
getting to
is
the
it
final.
United?
I told you, man. Some people are built for European nights, regardless if this is
Well,
Europe,
probably.
like Europa or Champions
Unless-
League.
Unless Juve can do
Tottenham are not
something,
built for
but-
Europe. Arsenal are not built for
Hey,
Europe.
we've won a European trophy. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but so have Arsenal, to be fair. But you're not
No.
built for modern European football.
I've
That's
never
the
won a
way it
European
goes,
trophy.
man. Chelsea, Liverpool, Man United. You know, like I think, you know, not recent, of course not, but at least we won a European trophy recently. And what else is there? Who else is the other team that I've forgotten? There's another top 6 club that I forgot. Oh, Man City. Like, they're just a semi-final specialist. So, anywho,
I think City are winning it this season.
I don't. I think it's Napoli, bruv. I think it's Napoli. I'm gonna go for Napoli.
On
Yeah.
reset, something really true about Napoli this season. Napoli have been excellent, but we've not really seen a team go toe to toe with Napoli this season.
They smash you lot.
Yeah, but yeah, us, bruv. Do you remember our midfield that
Early.
night, bro?
No, I don't, to be honest.
Bruv.
Yeah, but it's they just got their attacking line is so good. it will damage anyone. And the way City play, imagine that team on the break. I'm sorry, they're not no Leipzig, man. That's dangerous, bro.
No,
Osimhen,
I hear what you're saying. Like, I'm not saying it will be an easy game. For
Haaland,
City.
yeah,
I'm just
Haaland.
saying
This is what they bought Haaland for,
This is
man.
the thing. I think Haaland could make the big difference if he carries this
Haaland
on.
is making it, bro.
and knockouts.
5 goals off what? Probably 7 touches in the whole game he had. Like, he's there to score goals. He knows his job and he does his job better than everyone else. Like, when I said at the beginning of the season, there's levels to this. Like, people were saying how Haaland's going to flop and all this. There's levels to this. You can look at a player and know that there's just levels to this. Haaland is that guy.
Shown on the European stage already.
Like, Premier League, he's going to break Salah's record and Ronaldo's record. Like,
What's something that all 3 of your teams have in common? European less.
Fuck it, AC Milan all the way. At least go out to the champions. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, we went out to European royalty, and we went out.
I should be on the.
League.
I think I should be in the top row, man. I should be on the top row.
Look, we did the Champions League a favor. You know, they wanted Inter and AC to be in the quarters together. So you know, that's what I mean. Obviously,
me and George.
I think Champions League, though, with respect to Man City, obviously being as good as they are, I don't really give a shit. I think it's anybody's game this season. Honestly, like deep the Champions League, the teams are in it.
We got to fun. Anyone can get this.
No, but this season, I think it's anyone's game. Whoever's still in the competition, I think anyone can win it. Anyone can hold smoke. Like,
yeah, except for Inter. I don't think Inter have got it this year.
I think Inter Milan. Yeah, I said that yesterday. To be fair, I said I don't believe in Inter Milan, but the rest of the teams I do believe in. Like,
I do feel that too.
Even Benfica, bro. Like, you don't want to play Benfica right now. Their midfield is crazy good. But yeah, and obviously Antonio Silva, like, and all that. But back to obviously Man United and Europe, it's like Juve don't impress me. They've got no Pogba again. They just about skate past tonight, anyways. Even with the other team with a red card. It's still good in the hood, man. See, I told you, I will have the last laugh. After that 7-0, I said on here when I came on it, I said I will end up having the last laugh.
You did say that, to be fair.
It's fine. I've been patiently waiting.
Mourinho masterclass.
Mourinho's a dinosaur, man. The thing with that Roma team, they just lack explosive behavior, man. I don't see them win it, but they can win it. Europe. It's Sevilla. Sevilla's still in it.
Oh, we'll take.
But they got no Emery though.
Oh yeah.
I don't care who. Sevilla love that competition. They love that competition.
We'll take a final. They won 7-1 today. So,
well, Arsenal are out to Sporting Lisbon tonight. So, boy, I think it's United's to lose now. We will see. Lee, surely nothing you want to add? You want to speak about Liverpool? You want to have a little cook on Liverpool? Tell us what's going wrong in our season, or let me hear some of these stupid.
Sound like we're in a stable.
Sean P. Casey. So Thiago's out for the season. Also, sources say. So where did you see this, Sean? Because if that's true,
what's that?
If Thiago's out for the season, that's not news. That's not news I needed to hear. I know Bichet's out for the season. If Thiago's out for the season, then we might not be even getting top 6.
Wait, I ain't seen nothing about Thiago.
Yeah, I'm seeing Gravenberch news. Even now, I don't see us getting Gravenberch. I don't see why Bayern Munich would sell him after one season.
No, because they barely even played the guy. He's actually proper frustrated. Like I don't think he wants to be there now.
I mean, obviously I'm taking Gravenberch, but I don't see. I still don't see Bayern selling him because he's still young enough to become an established player there.
I'm trying to find some Thiago. I can't see no Thiago news. I'll be honest.
Would do you guys think Gravenberch would be a good signing for Liverpool?
100%. He's a baller. Need legs around him though a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say it depends who the other centre mid signings are, really.
Yeah, I'm
Definitely
not seeing much about. I'm looking at there's no Thiago. Where have we seen this news about Thiago?
Yeah, I can't see anything anywhere.
Okay, that's cool. Bayesian Reds TV says Kopish Arsenal breaking news. Arsenal lost to Sporting Lee. You are now 0-3 with one more to lose. Laughing face, laughing face, laughing face, laughing face, laughing face, laughing face.
All sideways.
All side, all that. All that. Yafu says, Robbie, Arsenal would have done better than Liverpool versus Real Madrid. To be fair, I actually agree with that. I actually can't even disagree with that. As much as I want to be shameless, like the Arsenal to put up a better fight against Real Madrid than we did. DJ says George is shameless. Sheffield United, Milan, nowhere to be seen. Beach Forest, he shows his face. PS Kane is a loser. Failed to turn up again in those big moments.
I'm gonna be shameless. Doesn't matter. They're gonna have the same season as us when Man City won the league. It's fine. Back to square one.
Can I chime in on the Kane stuff? And again, maybe Kane's a player everyone knows shamelessly I rate very highly. Again, this whole Kane and big moments thing, I get it. I do get it. But he's not the only player in the team.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Like, he can't be expected to do everything all the time. I think there's always a scapegoat at club. And again, George, don't get me wrong. I do think Kane should have left if he actually genuinely wanted to win a trophy. But at the same time, I do admire he wants to win a trophy with Spurs. It would mean more to him. But this notion of Kane would go Man United and flop, or Kane would go Liverpool and flop because he's not a big game player. Guys, if you put Kane around a better team and better players, he's already doing a madness at Tottenham and has been doing a madness. You put him in Man United's team, for example, with Ten Hag, Rashford.
And it's also not like that he's stat padding against crap teams. His record against the Big Six is phenomenal.
Who's
It's
that?
Phenomenal. Kane.
Who's that? Is it?
Yeah, bro.
His goals against his record against the Big Six is phenomenal. He
I
scores
swear,
against everyone.
Kane's bet. I don't think Kane's really scored against Man United, to be fair. I think he's done it like once against Phil Jones when he was playing.
No, man, talking about them as a whole, he doesn't stat pad against crap teams.
I'm gonna check.
He scores
check
every
this.
week. You can check it.
They're not gonna get him anyways. I don't think. Because
I mean, he's the record scorer against
I
Arsenal.
want to deal with Levy. Levy will stretch this out to the end, and he will change the price tag just to stretch it out towards the end. I'd rather not. I'd rather if you can't get the business done straight away, July, like basically pre-season time. Yeah, don't.
Even with 1 year left, we're still going to ask for 100 mil. So
yeah, I rate it. I rate the arrogance of it. I don't think you'll get 100 mil, but I rate it.
So
and also realistically, like obviously, I know Thierry Henry's won everything, but he's still never scored in the final. Does that mean he's not a big game player? Like it can go both ways.
I think Harry Kane's most impressive record is just against Arsenal, scoring 14 goals. Against Chelsea, he scored 5.
Quite a few against Chelsea.
Against Liverpool, he scored 8. Against Man City, he scored 5.
Yeah,
against Man United,
he's got a very good. He's got a very good record against Big Six teams.
It's way above than the next in line in total is Heung-min Son in 16 apparently. So
Lee's in the mud right now. Lee, hold on. Lee, what is it you say to me? I can't wait to see Liverpool lose and see Callum on the screen and open the show and go, guys, I don't want to be here, but I'm just doing this. But Lee, what's going on, bro?
You technically said technically Callum, yeah. Callum, yeah. You said yeah.
I hope I didn't scare anyone. I hope I didn't scare anyone. Yes, guy. Oh, what's everybody saying? Still the only team in London with a Europa League trophy. Let's have that. Lee, you're right, my friend. How's your night been, bro? You all good? You all good?
It's more than just the Europa League. I think you got a Champions League as well.
Yeah, 2 Europa Leagues, 2 Champions Leagues. Football heritage strikes again. You love to see it, people. You love to see. Apologies for the lateness. I didn't think I'd make it on tonight.
No.
This saw the result. It was like
had to come in. Let's go, people. Let's go. This season's been a car crash, but we might have the same amount of trophies at the end as Arsenal. That'll be a success in my books. Let's fucking have it, people.
How dare Callum say he drew the short straw this week?
No, you know what? I thought I did. I didn't, you know. I actually got the best shows still. I thought you got the best shows. The amount of times I've seen me in the chat after a Liverpool loss this season, I needed this. God don't.
If Martinelli needs any tips on penalties against Sporting Lisbon, he can ask Fabregas. I think he works with the Arsenal sporting team. I've seen him around with Ramsey and Wilshere. So if he needs any tips, he knows where to go and all of that. Might help him win a Europa League too. So I think he's got one of those in the bag as well with Chelsea. But yeah, you'll be. Or you could ask your boy Jorginho. Why didn't keep him on the pitch? I won't know, but yeah, it is what it is.
What is it that Leroy says? Don't shoot the messenger. Don't shoot the
Leroy Jenkins. Yeah.
Really, it's just one of
What
them
a week.
teams, bro.
What a week. And my football club's winning again. You love to see it.
Do you know what? On that, Lewis, what are you saying for your team now? Like, how are you feeling with Potter? How are you feeling with Chelsea? Couple wins. What are we saying?
Back to being a spoilt little shit.
No. Like, my point still stands. We are 3 points away from 40. And as soon as we get to that, I'm done. I'm finished. I wash my hands of this season. Everton comes to the bridge. It's dice ball. It's probably going to stink out the pitch, but I'm sure we'll get a jammy goal from somewhere like we usually do. And that'll be it. We're staying up. We've consolidated our position in this beautiful league that is the Premier League for another season. And at that point, all eyes turn to one thing. Arsenal away at the end of the month. Hopefully, if we can get a jammy 0-0 draw, we can contribute to taking them off top spot. And then season's done. That'll be a success in my books.
I hope you draw 2 more games and lose everything else. Just so you're.
I mean, that could happen.
Points
That could
at the end
happen.
of the season.
I still wouldn't put that past us.
So what are you saying,
Hey,
Lewis?
will be
Lewis, you
fine.
winning Champions League?
No, we won't. We will not. Unless we get that bracket with like Inter, AC, and I think Benfica, then nah, I'm not even thinking about it. That's the only way you can get me to even dream of number 3.
Hi, Lee.
That's fair.
Very quiet.
Right, Lee?
Hi, Lee.
I'm just here so I don't get fined. Man.
Warning, Lee.
Lee, man, you're better than this, Lee.
Write your name down in the book.
I need to smile.
CFC Blue says
Aye.
the closest time Arsenal getting to hold a UCL is a J5 tattoo deep.
Yeah, you guys can lift Jorginho up at the end of the season. Lift up some European heritage.
Liverpool 12 man, big up yourself. Liverpool 12 man, breathe cow. Getting Jude, Luka Susic, and Anthony Stack. Anton Stack. I don't know, bro. We ain't getting Jude, man. Even when I'm seeing Paul Joyce come out and say what he's saying today, we ain't getting Jude, man.
You don't need
Jane
Jude. We got an English midfielder for you, bro. We got you.
No, you're good. Thanks, Lewis. Thank you for the offer.
Oh, we insist. We insist.
No, we're not. You're too kind, but no, you're all right. Thanks, bro. Thanks for the offer, though. Bless you. Jade Activist says 2 subs for injuries limited Arsenal's options. Do you agree with that, Lee?
What?
The 2 injuries, you reckon they limited you tonight?
I don't know. We got to ask Ten Hag, man.
Oh,
Cheer up, Goonally. Oh, what can it be to be a sad Arsenal bastard and man shite football team? You know what I mean? Cheer up, Goonally. Oh, what can it mean?
I think Lee will be doing up Brexit now after that Europa League exit.
Yeah, Brexit Lee from now on.
Brexit Lee. That's what
Asian Reds TV says Lee turned into Papa Dot after Kaz B Rabbit cooked him. Lee, what? Lee, this ain't you, man. You come in there, chest, win, lose, or draw. This one's really hit you hard, man.
Lee, it's not you. It's me.
Yeah.
It's because they dreamt of Europe. They haven't touched it before. They thought they were going to get close to it this year.
Callum, have you still got that Liverpool contract ready for him?
Oh, I don't know. That got retracted a little while back.
The icing on the cake is if Man City win this Premier League title, oh my word, I
that'd
think
be
he's
the
going to boycott for the... We're going to have to put you know the old milk cartons with the missing person on the back? They're going to have to rerun them back.
Hey, all I'm saying is Man City and Chelsea twice.
Last scene.
You see Lee's face on Alpro. Is that what you're telling me now?
Yeah.
All I'm saying is 5-point gap. All I'm saying is 5-point gap. Man City away, Chelsea at home. Difficult week.
That's what I'm saying.
yeah. They got. I swear they got Chelsea coming up. They got
And
Liverpool
Come
coming
on,
up.
Liverpool.
In the same week.
Yeah, man. I'm just saying. Mons is waiting for you, man.
Lee, anyhow, you lose that Liverpool game, bro. Anyhow, you lose the Liverpool game, bro. It's mad for you. Yeah. Every day of that week, you're gonna hear from me and Matt, especially 100%. Randomly.
No, there
Wherever
won't be.
you are.
Yeah. When you go to bed, Lee, yeah, it's the worst times. You know, you're gonna be overthinking. You're gonna be sleeping next to your wife, with your eyes open, and you're gonna be thinking of shit. Pass again.
Only Ramsdale had stronger wrists.
Callum, I've got to go back on Kopish next week. I've got to face Mons on Rivals show. It's not a good time, Lee. Because I'm around. I'm around. You understand?
You ever seen a Will Smith in iRobot when he's standing in the shower? Oh, when the thing it's just water pouring into black and white.
He's using the bionic arm to hold himself up as well, isn't it? Like...
You have to spray after that defeat.
Oi, Kai Lewis says, unluckily, we all get defeated. Win the league, or we are coming for your team. In your dreams, forget Champions League and Europa League. Football is a humbler.
Before you know it, Lee's gonna be, come on, England, come on, England. You got all that
If you do want to touch the Europa League, though, we have a couple of them in our club museum down at Fulham Broadway.
Well.
Yeah, we got one. Or two.
Short trip to Chelsea, though.
We got one when it used to be called something else, but you know, it's the same thing.
And get you a discount as well, 50% off.
Cup winners cup in it or some shit.
We got all of them.
No, we have the actual whatever the Europa League was before European Cup.
Yeah, where's Kunle as well, man? I forgot about that bastard.
Lee, is this the lowest point of your season so far?
What?
Martinelli.
You'll beat Crystal Palace on the weekend, though, right?
What?
If you don't win that, then you're definitely not winning the league. I promise you that. That is the perfect game to bounce back against a team. I think you're at home for that one.
Form, are they?
Yeah, Arsenal at home as well. Surely you're not going to let Vieira come back.
Crystal Palace is a sticky one for them at home.
I was going to say, surely you're not going to let Crystal Palace and Pat Vieira roll up and say, I'm the real legendary midfielder who is now a manager. Surely not. Arteta can't let an old Arsenal legend do him up. Surely not. That can't happen.
Wasn't it only a couple of years ago they celebrated a last-minute draw, Lacazette against Crystal Palace at home?
Oh, yeah. I remember those limbs.
Yeah, before that, was it Milivojevic 2-1? What? Come on, up the Eagles.
Oh, good times.
Hi, Matt. Hi, Drifty. Just wanted to send my...
Even your own legends around.
I've got stuff ready for you, Lee. Yeah, I've got stuff ready, bro. Anyhow, you slip up. But look, boys, before we sign off, as always, a massive shout out to you guys. Guys, make sure you click the link in the description, head over to all of their channels, and make sure you subscribe and support them. Guys, anything you want to say before we head off?
Lee, get that head up of yours immediately. Immediately.
I don't want to say anything, but I'm just going to pull this back up to the front again. Just for the
the only thing I've got left is to be a City fan for the rest of the season. So City.
That's you lot. You know what you lot need to do, and yeah, I'll leave that there. Up the Chelsea.
Lee, good.
Play the outro, man. So,
People, smash the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Arsenal out of the Europa League. Man United, over to you. Can you go on and win it? People, nothing but love. Lee, See you soon.